Congratulations, you've made it to week 8. So let's talk more about the program tracker, integration, and reflection. Let's take a moment because at this point, you have either been building your program week by week or been sort of updating things and hope it all works out in week 8. I guess we're going to find out which one. Now, week 8 is not a new assignment. It's not a brand new idea, and it's definitely not a chance to start over. Week 8 is all about integration, reflection, and refinement of everything that you have already built. This is where you get to step back, look at your entire program, and ask yourself, does this actually make sense as one cohesive program? What should you have by now? Well, by the end of week 7, your program tracker should already include a series of steps that you've taken, such as defining a health issue in population, a needs assessment grounded in data, a theory-driven intervention, clinical and community considerations, SMART goals, and a very clear strategic measurement and evaluation plan. So week 8 is not about creating new pieces to add to this tracker. It's actually about making sure that the pieces you have actually fit together. So let me say this very clearly. Now is not the time for you to begin rewriting your project. If you open your document and think, I'm just going to delete everything and start fresh. No, absolutely not. This is not that assignment. So now you may be wondering, what am I supposed to be doing this week? Well, this week, you are keeping your original work. You're adding reflections and explaining your thinking. Week 8 is testing whether or not you can explain why your program has changed, if it's changed, justify your decisions, and show me how your thinking has improved over time. Because at this level, it's not just about what you built, it's about whether or not you can explain it. Now, you may be asking yourself, what am I supposed to be doing in the program tracker this week? Well, I've kind of covered a little bit of it, but this week, your program tracker becomes a record of your growth as a program designer. You should be asking yourself questions like, what did I get wrong in week 1, and how can I improve it? What did I improve, and why did I change it? And more importantly, what evidence supports those changes? Your reflections should connect back to your full program, including your needs assessment, your theory and determinants, goals and objectives, measurement and evaluation, clinical and community context, and health equity and social determinants of health. So basically, you're saying, here was my original thinking, here's what I know now, and here's why that matters. Here, the big picture, and this part you really cannot miss, is that week 8 is not the end. Week 8 is actually the transition point. What you now have becomes the foundation of your proposal for HHP 7060. So if your tracker is organized, aligned, well thought out, and very thoughtful, you're going to walk into 7060 sitting in a really great place. If your tracker is messy, unorganized, disconnected, unaligned or misaligned, and only half updated, you're going to feel that immediately in 7060. So here's your final reality check. If you kept your program tracker updated all semester, week 8 really is just about reflection, refinement, and confidence. If you didn't, well, week 8 becomes, why did I keep this updated? Now, the program tracker was never intended to just be an assignment. It was always about building your program. So let's get started off on the right foot in 7060 and make sure that you have all of the pieces updated and your reflections included.